Hey, what is happening, fam? It's Ben here. Welcome to your Happy Hips hip mobility routine. All right, so this is going to be a beautiful practice where we can open up space through our hip joint, move it through its outer ranges, and hopefully find a little bit of strength with that as well. So let's go ahead and get started right away into a tabletop position. Just go through a few rounds of cat-cow to open up through the spine. And this is, of course, a lower body focused session, but it just helps to have a little bit of awareness into how the spine moves with us. So just get these first kind of wiggles and movements out of the way. And then we'll go through some hip rotations from this tabletop. So go ahead and start with the left leg. Extend the left leg out behind you. Good. And then from here, hug the left knee in toward your chest. So left knee curls in like a cheetah. And then from here, open out to the side like you're a dog about to pee on a fire hydrant. And then from here, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Try to lift the foot up, find internal hip rotation so the knee drops and the foot lifts up, and then circle all the way around to your big position where the left foot is pressing up toward the sky. And then curl in, knee towards nose, cheetah. And then external rotation, open. Internal rotation to lift the foot up. And then bring it in, knee to nose. And we're just going to go through a couple more. So lift up like you're about to pee on the fire hydrant. This is our abduction of the hip. And then internal rotation, foot to the sky. Curl in, knee to nose. Last one, open up. Internally rotate, knee in, foot to the sky. Curl in, knee to nose, and then place that foot back down. Sit back to the heels, shake out the arms a little bit. This is the only time we'll be on our bearing weight and on our hands for today's class. Go ahead and switch sides. I'm going to turn around so you can see my right leg. So when you're ready, right leg extends behind us. And then curl the right knee in towards the chest, toward the nose. Abduct. Find your big abduction, external hip rotation, like you're about to pee on that fire hydrant. And then knee rotates inward, foot to the sky, internal hip rotation. And then hug it in, knee to nose. And then abduct to open. And then foot to the sky, internal rotation. And then hug knee into nose. All right. Open out to the side, foot to the sky, knee to nose. Last one, open out to the side, foot to the sky, knee to nose, curl in, and then let that go. Shake out the arms a little bit. Get in a wide-legged position. Go ahead and stand up to make that happen. Start to kind of shift side to side a little bit. Bend into one knee, bend into the other knee, kind of turn over one shoulder, turn over the other shoulder. Just get kind of familiar with these kind of back and forth movements. Shifting weight into one foot and the other foot. In my lower body, I'm coming in cold to this. So I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you're coming in cold. If you're already warmed up, even better. Start to gain this awareness. Left foot takes the weight, right foot takes the weight. And then from here, wide-legged fold. Heels click out. Release the upper body down and wave yourself side to side. Crawl the hands in various directions. See what you're working with in terms of your hamstrings. Stay curious. So I don't really care what your movements look like here, but I want you to stay in movement rather than being in stillness, because I want us to get into every little corner and crevice of the hips and hamstrings for today's little movement session. All right, so go ahead and stand up again. All right, we're going to get into some more warm-up movements. Step to the top of your mat, step the left foot behind you, drop to the left knee, and we're going to move through low lunge to half splits without using our hands. Right, so this is a balance challenge as well. So go ahead and take a nice deep bend into your right knee for low lunge, and then shift it back, straighten out the right leg, half splits. You can always adjust your stance, right? Your choice how far away the feet are from one another. And then bend into your right knee, shift it forward, low lunge. Find some lift in the spine and the chest here. And then shift it back into half splits. Maybe you find a little hinge at the hips, but try not to round the spine. And then shift forward and back. And you get the point. Control the movement with your legs. This is a common movement that I teach in class. And if we do use the hands to help us here, that's fine, but it becomes less of a mobility movement and more of just a flexibility movement, which means it goes from being active when we have no hands, because we're controlling it with our legs, to being passive, just passive stretching when we do use the hands because they're taking the weight. That doesn't mean one is better than the other, but today we're more focused on mobility and controlling our range of movement our range of motion with strength and awareness. Go through 3 more rounds, forward and back. Notice what's available for you, what's not available. Awesome job. Switch sides, however it makes sense. If the right foot was forward, left foot comes forward. And then when you're ready, start moving through. Low lunge to half splits. When I switch sides, I always notice how much space I was able to open up, because now that I switch sides, I'm back to feeling super tight on this side because we haven't done it yet. Let yourself swim through space, forward and back. The pace at which you move isn't too important. It's more so just to feel all the feels in the legs before we get into some more challenging and more weight-bearing movement. This allows us to build awareness, to build these first layers of heat into the lower body, and again, to control the movement, because this is also a balance challenge without using our hands. Go through a few more rounds, shifting forward and back. Notice what kind of space you have. Try to find some flowiness. Try to enjoy the movements here. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, we will go ahead and let go. All right, next, let's come onto our butts. Heels are out in front of us, like a bear seat, and hands are back behind us. Try to keep the spine as long as you can, right? So if you notice yourself hunching, just try to press through the hands a little bit, open through your shoulders. You can always use blocks under your hands as well, or under your butt as well. So go ahead and just start rotating through the hips a little bit. I'm gonna give us more specific directions in a moment, but for now, just rotate in whatever way feels natural. Good. And you can use the hands for this the whole time, or if you ever want to try isolating and only using the legs, you can try to float the hands. Again, just try to keep the spine long, because if we pop our hands up, but that means we round the spine and lean back, it probably means we're better off just using the hands behind us. And then go ahead and drop over to the right. Right. Pause here. Right. So we're in kind of a 90-90 shape with our legs. Start to move or bring your attention to your left hip, left knee, and then peel open. Left knee lifts, which is actually just our hip rotating. Eventually you realize you can't move that further, and that's when we'll lift the right leg as well. And then we'll switch sides. So same thing as just our windshield wipers, just more aware and a little more specific. Peel the right knee up, so peel your inside leg up. Eventually you can't move further, so rotate and switch sides. We're isolating through the inside leg first. So inside leg, left knee lifts and peels up, hip rotates, and then eventually the right leg follows. Right knee peels up and rotates. Eventually the left leg follows. A few more. Left leg peels up and rotates. Eventually right leg follows. Right leg peels up and rotates. Eventually left leg follows. Last one, left leg peels up and rotates. Eventually right leg follows. Right leg peels up and rotates. Eventually left leg follows. Adding on slightly. So as you rotate towards the left over your left leg, go ahead and just take the weight forward. Lean over your left leg. Ideally, this is hands-free, but admittedly, I need the fingertips down to be able to control this movement. And then come up. Hands behind you. Rotate to side number 2. Lean over your right leg, or whatever is your front leg. Lean over it. Come back up. Hands behind you. Rotate through center. Off to the first side. Lean forward, come back up, rotate. And this is where I'll start trying to go without my hands, now that we've done it a few times. So I like to extend my arms, hands into fists, and then lean forward. Notice how much you have to push this front leg into the mat to lean forward. And then come up, and then rotate, lean out, come up, rotate, just a couple more, lean out, come up, rotate, lean out, come up. All right. And so we'll stop there, but that's something that you can do for a while, and you can even pause in some passive stretches for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, right? Because this work is challenging and we're moving the body a lot. So definitely take the time if you need to pause and just enjoy some of those passive stretches after we open up some of that room. Let's go ahead and stand up again. Come back into that wide-legged shape. We're feeling much more aware and a little more awakened through the legs, so let's keep building off of that. Go ahead and take a deep bend into your left knee. Try to peel the right toes up to the sky. Place the right toes back down. Come through center. Stand up. Bend into your right knee. Peel the left toes up. Place the left foot back down. Come back through center. Bend into your left knee. Peel the left toes up. Place the left foot back down. Come back through center. Bend into your right knee. Peel the left toes up. Drop the left foot down. Come back through center. Last one, bend into your left knee. Peel the right toes up. Come in through center. Shift into your right knee. Peel the left toes up. Drop down. Come through center. Shake out the legs. Wide-legged forward fold. Relax down and stay in some subtle movement as you just enjoy the sensation of the stretch. But by not pausing in one specific place, we're making sure that, again, each part of our hamstrings and hips gets a little bit of love. When we hold the stretch in one place, again, that's not a bad thing, but it tends to isolate one part of the joint or muscle. But today is more focused on getting into every part of the joints and also the muscles involved. So go ahead and stand up. We're going to add on to what we just did. This will start to get a little bit dicey and a little bit challenging, right? You might reach some points where you're like, I'm not sure if I can do that, or that's not really working for me. That's okay. We're getting progressively harder, so most of us will reach a point where we need to pause or rewind or try again, or maybe save that for next time, right? These are things we can build up into. Start in your wide-legged shape. Take a deep bend into your right knee, peel the left toes up, place the left foot back down, and then rotate into like a crescent lunge, and then take as deep of a bend into your right knee as you feel comfortable with. Press up, straighten your legs, pivot, take a deep bend into your left knee, switch sides. Peel the right toes up, place the right toes down, swivel forward into your lunge, and then take it into as deep of a lunge as you can. People say don't bring your knees over your toes. We're doing it today because, again, we want the fullest range of motion. Press up, come back through center. Whew, I can feel that fire already, y'all. So take a deep bend into your right knee, side lunge, skandasana lunge. Peel the left toes up, place the left foot down, rotate forward, come into your lunge, take a deep bend into your right knee as much as you feel like you can, and then press up, straighten your legs. Swivel through center, swivel to the left. Or excuse me, I missed a step. Bend into your left knee, side lunge, peel the right toes up, drop the toes down, and then swivel into your lunge. Take a deep bend into your left knee, and then straighten your legs, come back through center. All right, we're gonna add on even more, starting to articulate more through the movements every time. Bend into your right knee, side lunge. Maybe you come all the way down this time into your side lunge as you peel the left toes up. And then rotate the toes down, shift forward, come into your lunge. Try not to use your hands, but of course you can. From your lunge, instead of coming right back up this time, let's drop the left heel down and then peel the left toes up through lunge, side lunge, excuse me. Come back through center, woohoo, goodness. And then switch sides. Take it into your side lunge, right toes peel up, right foot drops, and then swivel into your deep lunge. And then back into your skandasana side lunge. So heel drops, peel the toes up, come through center, goodness, and then come into your right side again. Bend into your right knee, side lunge, left toes peel up, and then the left foot drops, swivel into our low lunge, deep lunge. Back into our side lunge, so heel drops, peel the toes up, come through center. Bend into your left knee. Bring the hips as far down as you feel comfortable with. Toes are up, toes drop, swivel into your low lunge, take a deep bend into your left knee. Drop the heel, peel the toes back up, come through center. Last round on both sides. Bend into your right knee. Come into your deep side lunge. Left toes peel up, left foot drops, swivel, face forward to the top of your mat. Take a deep bend into your right knee. Drop the left heel, swivel the left toes up, come back through center, side lunge. Side number 2, drop it down. Right toes to the sky, drop the right foot down, swivel into your lunge, take a deep bend into your left knee, shift the weight forward, and then drop the right heel, peel the toes up, come back through center, wide-legged forward fold. Relax the body down. Take a few breaths. If you'll notice, I started to get quite winded when I was talking us through that. That's because it's hard work. So if you feel yourself sweating, if you feel yourself beating fast in your heart, if you feel yourself breathing quickly through your lungs, know that you're not alone. I'm right there with you. All right, let's go ahead and come up to standing when you're ready. Shake out the legs a little bit. Again, I'm sure we're feeling quite awake through the legs. And I have one more activity that's kind of like the capstone of all of this work, right? It capitalizes on the work we just did. It's a similar movement. Some stuff is going to be taken out, some stuff is going to be added in, and then afterwards we'll be done. All right. So, without further ado, get into your kind of wide-legged stance. Bend into your right knee, come into your Skandasana side lunge. Once you get here, plop your butt down onto your mat. You can use your hands to help you with that if that feels like a lot. Drop your right knee in. Find your internal hip rotation to drop the knee in. Use the hands to help you on this first round if you want. Try to lift the heel up through your left leg and tap your left heel to your right knee. And then extend your left leg and place the left foot down. From here, peel open through your right hip, external rotation to return to Skandasana lunge, side lunge, and then plop your butt off of the mat. I guess it's not plop, it's lift your butt off of the mat, and then come through center. Switch sides, bend into your left knee. This one's my personal favorite because I love the internal rotation aspect. As you come into the lunge, plop your butt down, drop your left knee in, lift your right heel off the ground, bend your right knee, try to tap right heel towards left knee. Extend your right leg, place the foot down. Open at your left hip, side lunge, peel your butt off the mat, come through center. Bend into your right knee, gently plop your butt down. Right knee drops to the middle, left heel lifts. Bend your knee, heel to knee tap, extend, place down. Open your right hip, side lunge, pull your butt off of the mat, come through center, bend into your left knee. Plop the butt down. Drop the left knee in, lift the right heel, tap. Extend your right leg, put it back down. Last round, one more each side. Come through center. Bend into your right knee. You got this. Plop the butt down. Drop the right knee. Lift the left heel. Tap heel to knee. Extend left leg. Put it back down. Peel open through your right hip. Right foot to the mat. Butt lifts. Side lunge. Come through center. Last movement. Lower the butt down. Side lunge. Butt plops to the mat. Drop the left knee in. Right heel lifts. Tap. Extend. Release. Left knee peels up, side lunge, come through center, wide-legged forward fold. Relax. Oh, goodness. Amazing work. That one is my favorite. And you can rest assured knowing that we really did get into every single, well, maybe not every single, but as many possible rotations of the hip as we kind of could have today, right? And that's kind of a beautiful thing. So, I'm going to leave you here with the recommendation of taking a 90-90 pose or a deer pose stretch. All right, so you can do this by coming into, again, 90 degrees with both legs, the front shin is parallel, and then just fold forward, right? So let this be a passive stretch. Take about 2 minutes on both sides, right? So about 5 minutes total. And let yourself settle into some more delicious passive stretching that you can enjoy in your hips because you've earned that. Not that you ever have to earn rest or passiveness, but you've earned it today. So I hope you enjoy this and I hope you feel a little bit more kind of juicy and lubricated through your hips. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you like these mobility type practices, let me know. I'm happy to produce more. But I'm wishing y'all nothing but peace and love, you know what I mean? So have a blessed day and I hope to see you soon. Peace.